Hello, my friends. Let's talk a little folk magic today. Specifically, wasp and their nest, more importantly. Do you know, since wasps are so fiercely territorial, they're known to be just persistent, avid builders. And their system that they live in is just so organized. They leave a residual energy, even in their abandoned nest, that we can draw from this energy. That energy can be used for protection. It can be used for baneful, like combative works. It can be used for preventative. There's all sorts of things we can draw from this wasp nest. Let's dive into this. In folk traditions, as a home word, this is like home protection. An intact, abandoned nest was used. You could put it on your altar or up high around your threshold. This was to ward off those malicious spirits, or even to keep away just negative people that are meant to do you harm. So that is one way. It's a ward for your home to keep away that negative energy. Other ways it was used: crush it into a powder, mix it with other things like red brick dust, and then they would crush it across the threshold, making a barrier, using that very protective, territorial aspect from the wasp to make protective barriers around the home or other things you are trying to protect. If you're looking for personal boundaries or protection against individuals, you could take small pieces of this wasp nest, add it to an amulet or even a mojo bag to use that very territorial protective strength and to protect your energy from toxic people and that personal protection. Now, if you want to use it for business, take it into your place of business. You walk the other ways, grind it, use the whole thing. You're going to use that industrious energy from the insects themselves. Always working, always busy, busy, busy to bring in new client, new growth, new wealth. That's the energy you're going to harness if you want to use it for business, for growth, and financial gain. You can also use it to help with your long-term projects, for that endurance that you need to, that intricate designs, whatever you're trying to really incorporate into that design, that business. Wasps use very intricate designing when making their nest. So pull that energy, harness that into that spell work that you really need for that long-term success on those goals and those projects. Pull that energy from that wasp, from that, and what you're trying to do. Baneful work, you can use this to banish. So if you're wanting to banish any kind of toxic people, you can use pieces of this, powder it. You can mix it with other powders and stuff you're already using. It just makes it a little more potent. The process behind that is wasp, those type of creatures they're going to drive away any of those. They're going to banish it. They're going to banish and drive away anything coming towards you that's not meant for you. We'll put it that way. And it's not going to be nice, because when wasps go after something that's in their territory, they're not nice. So you can use it to banish things away from you that you don't want. On the other side, you can also put pieces of the nest in a jar to do binding spells. Bind someone to their own harmful actions. The theory is, when you use the wasp's nest in there with it, you're binding their harmful intent. If they keep repeating this harmful action, every time they do it, it's going to sting, it's going to hurt. So you're making them really feel, and you're binding their harm to them. So even if it's towards you, the harm, it's going to sting them. So that's another way to do it. Bind their harmful intent to them. Make it sting. And if you're doing spell work that's really drawing feminine power, feminine rage, feminine anything, use the wasp nest. That colony is ran on feminine power, feminine everything. Those girls are down to business. Harness that from this. Use it in those spells. You can use it powder, use pieces of it, and use those in those feminine spells that you are drawing that power. It'll add a little bit of oomph to those spells as well. Now, I only harvest these that are not being used. Great time to find them is when the weather starts cooling off. They're going into hibernation. You can find lots and lots of these abandoned. Also, if I find the dead wasps laying around, I keep those in a jar too for baneful work, for that little bit of a sting and some work. So, have you ever worked with wasps or their nest, or used those in any of your work? Thanks for joining me, guys. Take what you need from this. What doesn't resonate with you, just leave that at the door. You all guys have a great day.